This video contains gratuitous use of profanity and uncomfortable pauses to compensate for lack of professionalism and original thought. Viewer discretion advised.
No le busquen que yo soy bien salsa. Si me cucan me sacan chilosa. Yo sé que ustedes me miran sabrosa, pero cuidado que yo estoy picosa. No le busquen que yo soy bien salsa. Si me cucan me sacan chilosa. Yo sé que ustedes me miran sabrosa, pero cuidado que yo estoy picosa. Yo soy una chamaca que no se deja. Si me vienen con sus cuentos, pues sí, ajá. Nunca caigo en sus trampas de charlatán. Yo no me creo sus verbos, su bla bla bla. Picosona, pero buena persona. A veces locochona y otras medio chona.
Thank you guys. Thank you for coming back to this podcast. It's good to see each and every one of you guys out there. Absolutely great day out there today. Beautiful day. It is sunny, a little breezy, but it was super cold yesterday. But today is a little on the cool side, but not as cold as it was yesterday. My understanding is we're expecting some really hot temperatures coming around this weekend, I believe. The rest of the week, right? And well, that's how it is. That's how it is when you live here in the great state of Texas, and that's just how it is, buddy. A lot of people did warn me about this place, but I guess I had to see it for myself, and it's good to be here. It's good to be here, and I'm glad I'm bringing, all of my videos from this great state to you guys. I hope that once again you're all doing well with your families and your loved ones, and it is good. It's good to be here. I've been doing this for a while now, and for those of you guys are here for the first time, I'm glad that you guys are here. If you guys like my videos, please follow me down there and give me some thumbs up as well. I'm actually on Rumble, which is this platform. I'm also on YouTube, and I'm also on quite a few different other areas. As well, a lot of different platforms when it comes to a podcast. You can find me on iHeartRadio and on Spotify as well. So no, you'll be able to find me in quite a few different areas as well. But I'm glad that you guys are listening, wherever you guys are listening. If you're listening, if you guys are working right now doing the yards and you're listening to my podcast, thank you. And if you guys are watching my videos, thank you. And look, it's a good day. It's a good day today. Let's just enjoy it the way it is. We have to enjoy every single moment, man. Every time you wake up and you're breathing, it's a good day, and that's the way I take it. I take my life on a daily basis, and because it could be we could be somewhere else, but thank God that you guys are all here, and we're all hopefully we're all healthy as well. That being said, I got there's quite a few different things out there right now. My understanding is on the news. Let's just get to the news first. There's quite a few different things right now out there. On the news, the war continues. Gas prices are on the rise. Our gas prices here, what are we looking at? $3.65, I think it was today, or something rather, right? $3.65 per gallon. That's actually pretty high up there. I don't think I've ever paid that much in a very, very extremely long time here. And no, it's because it's always pretty inexpensive, the gas here. The gas doesn't get taxed like it does in California. California gets all kinds of different tax. State tax they get nailed on the gasoline. So they tax the gasoline in a bunch of different ways, and by the time you're done, you're paying an arm on the leg for gas. And no, of course, the environmentalists. That's part of the whole entire cost that these guys are spending on their fuel. But I don't regret it. Every time someone asks me, man, do you? No, not really. Not really. I'm glad, and I don't look back. And for those of you guys, I have quite a few different followers that in California, and I'm glad. Look, if you're doing well, if you're doing fantastic over there, that's great. That's good for you, and I hope it continues for you. But for those of you guys that you're struggling and you're thinking of moving to a different state and don't know where to go, well, I'll tell you this: if you are looking for a conservative state and want to get away from the politics of California, the great state of Texas is here for you. And if you're gonna keep voting the same way as you did over there, if you're voting conservative, move down here. We love you down here. And if you're not gonna be voting conservative, you're not gonna like it here. You are gonna hate it. It's hot. It's extremely hot, extremely cold sometimes, and actually sometimes snows, and you're not gonna like it. So there you go. So go. I don't know. Colorado. It's a little cold too, but a lot colder. Yeah. No. No. I've been there, and I've been there during cold times in Colorado in the past. But yeah. So anyhow, so that being said, so the gas. Again, the gas is it's pretty high up there in California. So I'm sure if we're 365 here, they're paying close to $5. My understanding over there in California right now per gallon. That sucks. That would suck because the other day I think I put $60 I believe in gas, and that's like the most that I have put in put it in my car as far as fuel in a long time. Where it comes to this the cost, the high cost, and so but hey, hopefully that ends pretty soon. I know we're in a war, and the Stretch of Hormuz, I guess, is one of the biggest issues. Although we don't get a lot of the fuel from there, but it's speculations when it comes to people who actually in that type of a market. They speculate based on that particular area what the cost is going to be for all of us. Even though we're far away from that area, we don't even buy a lot of the fuel from there. But hey, that's just how it is. And exactly. Cuba, on another hand, on another news, I should say, Cuba is about to fall as well. So for those of you guys who live in Cuba, amigos, Cuba caerá pronto. Cuba will fall soon. And I'm hoping for you guys, for the best of you guys, for all of you guys out there. I know you want freedom. I believe that you guys do. What they gave you was something that you guys probably thought it was going to change everything, and unfortunately, this has been going for way too long, and you guys have been suffering all these years. And I hope that you guys are able to get the freedom that you guys deserve, because I think freedom, there's nothing better than freedom, and that's just how I feel in this great state of Texas as well. When I go to California, on the other hand, I feel like I'm being choked every time I'm out there. I'm glad I don't travel as much anymore, and I'm glad that doesn't happen. But so that's going on in the news. Measles, by the way, measles are on the rise in California. My understanding is that there is over 100 cases now of measles in the LA area. That's not a good thing. Having all the borders open from all these years, and having all these people come in unvaccinated, bringing in diseases. I mean, let's just call it for what it is. They're bringing in diseases. We don't know what the hell's coming. And we're going to find all kinds of diseases. We don't know what the hell. They're going to call it the monkey skin disease. They're going to start calling it all kinds of different things. We're going to go, what the hell is this, man? So it's just a matter of time, guys. It's just a matter of time. But we got this one, and hopefully it doesn't get spread out or spread all over, and it gets controlled. Let's hope for that. And so that's kind of that's kind of what we're looking at. A lot of the news is getting crazy in the war right now as well. I guess the U.S. is pretty much destroying every single little detail that is every single little target in Iran right now, which I'm happy that's going on. I know there's a lot of different types of arguments right now. You got Tucker Carlson, you got all these podcasters that are pretty much all of a sudden they're against the war. They're against the Jewish community. Look, I don't know where you stand on a lot of these things, but I don't have an answer for a lot of those things. I usually go by topic. I don't know some of these topics, but I whenever I get down to it, I do my research on some of these things, and I wouldn't be able to get into it right now. Let's just say that, right? Because I don't know the topic. I don't know how to answer all of these things. But all I know is that the Jewish community gets continuously getting attacked, like always. And now all of a sudden, you got some of these so-called conservatives like Megyn Kelly and as I said, as I mentioned, Tucker Carlson, they call themselves conservatives, and then you have all these other people that they're always been on the other side of things, and it's unfortunate that all of a sudden they're attacking the Jewish community. I have a lot of Jewish friends and whatnot. Actually, one of my son-in-law is from the Jewish community as well. But that's kind of how it is, and I hate for all the hatred that's going on, and it's a tough deal, man. It's a tough deal, but I don't see this thing. I would say I don't see this thing ending anytime soon. As far as the war is concerned, though, I'm hoping that this war ends real quickly here. We need to get back to normal, and what we did, and took care of these guys that are the bad guys over there in Iran, and let's get the people in Iran choose their own destiny. It's time for us to step aside and let them choose their leader, and hopefully is not on the same track as the Ayatollahs and whatnot, because otherwise they'll go back to the same shit again. And it's one of those things that when some of these people start promising shit like that, man, they start promising you things. You got to be really careful. And unfortunately, desperation, you offer something, all of a sudden desperation hits, you vote for that particular candidate, and hopefully they have fair elections, I should say, also in Iran. But that's just part of the deal. Now, we're going to watch, I have two short videos for you guys. Chuck Schumer is on the news for actually on the Save America Act, which is basically what that is the nationwide voter ID and citizenship rules. He's pretty much up against it. Although I have a video here that we're going to watch. This video looks like it's back in the, I believe it's back in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. And we're going to take a look and see what this guy was saying back then about voter ID, and we're gonna watch him real quickly here, and we're gonna go pretty much from there, and I'll show you the reverse. I'll show you fast forward what he thinks about now the voter ID. But let's take a look at this video, guys, and we're going to check it out, because these guys are snakes. They're snakes, and we always got to catch them. We always got to catch the snake before it bites you, right? But let's take a look, guys, and let's go.
Let's admit the truth. Everywhere people go, they're asked for a Social Security card. In fact, one way to prove you're a bona fide person who can have a job is to ask for a driver's license and a Social Security card.
The SAVE Act is nothing more than Jim Crow 2.0. If the SAVE Act were to become law, online registration, registration by mail, and registration drives would become a thing of the past. This
Hold
is just
on,
an
hold on.
outrageous piece of legislation.
What the hell
It's turning
happened?
The clock back 100 years.
What the hell happened? I told you they're snakes, dude. This guy is, you know, he's one person along with Pelosi that whenever they're gone from this world, man, this guy will not be shedding a tear. You know, these are people that I despise, I would say. In a nutshell, that's just how it is. And you see him, he all of a sudden, he goes from really being really conservative, the conservative views. You would think, man, is this guy a Republican or what the hell? All of a sudden, he goes to this. He goes from one extreme to the other. So whatever he says back in the 90s, all of a sudden, and this time, I think this video was just, I don't know, about a month ago or something like that, right? All of a sudden, things change. Everybody evolves. That's what they call it. Everybody evolves. You know, I used to think about this, but, yeah, you know. It's like, I used to listen to country music. I don't know. Now I just, you know, I'll listen to rancheras. The Mexican rancheras. Yeah. I went from country music to Mexican rancheras in this amount of time. And yeah, you know, people change. Right? These people are just snakes, man. They're snakes. And this is just one example of what these guys do. This is just one example of many of them. There's plenty of videos out there. They say one thing and all of a sudden they say something else. And we sit here, and you voters out there, if you don't do your own research, you will know. Look, I can I can guarantee you, I play this video to some of those liberals, or I tell them, some of those liberals, hey, you know, you remember Chuck Schumer, man? Remember what you said? Let me wait. Hold on. Let me show you this video and tell me what you think. Well, you know, yeah, that was back then, you know, situation's a lot different than the 90s. There wasn't a lot of people here. And you know, I think that, you know, the voter ID, it's just, I don't know. You know, it kind of sort of discriminates people, you know, because, you know, there's a lot of poor people out there that don't have means of ways of getting the IDs. And, you know, you gotta be sensible, man. You know, these people are idiots. You know, IDs are actually required for absolutely everything. And this is pisses me off. It pisses me off. Let me give you a list, because, you know, we're here. I like to bring some of these things. You know, for some odd reason, when I get really pissed off, then I'll throw some stuff out there. I want you guys to see it, because it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous that just because you're asking for ID, all of a sudden, it's a racist thing. All of a sudden, you know, we can't be you know, trying to get IDs, you know, or ask for IDs, and, you know, you got to remember, you know, especially with black people, you know, you can't do that, you know, because, you know, a lot of times they don't have. That is what I call racist. All of a sudden they're saying that black people cannot get IDs because they're black, or because they can't afford it. That to me in itself is a racist remark. I don't care what they say, man. All of a sudden you're going to say that because, you know, because you're Hispanic, and you can't look. Anybody can get an ID. I don't care. Well, you're legal. I guess I suppose that's a different story. Well, in some cases, some states you can. In California, I guess they give you a driver's license over there if you're illegal. State of Texas doesn't do that. But let me tell you what localities or what you need an ID for. Now, let me just run some of this information here because we want to get into this. Well, listen to this. First of all, you're going to need ID to vote. In-person voting, you're going to need it, right? Because you got to show. They want to see who you are. Are you the right person that is voting? Your name appears right there. Your address appears right there. I've been voting for many, many years, and my ID, I've always had to present my ID. For travel, if you want to travel somewhere, if you want to fly somewhere, you're gonna need your ID. And it happened to me every time I went from place to place when I was traveling a whole lot. Guess what? My ID was given and presented, at the gates. That's just how it was. Crossing the border, you're going to need your ID if you're legal, right? If you're not legal, obviously they're going to go through another area where they're not going to need your ID. They're not going to show their ID. They're not going to have an ID. Let's just say that. Okay? So crossing the border for financial transactions. Okay? So if you go to the bank, the bank is going to, if you want to open up an account, they're going to ask you for ID. It's just, that's just how it is. Passports, you're going to need IDs. If you're going to try to apply for a passport, you're going to say, hey, show me your ID. And it's happened to me. I've done it already. If you want to cash a check, guess what? You're going to need an ID. I'm sorry, but they're not just going to cash you a check just because you're a beautiful person. Hell no. You're a hot-looking chick. Nope. Show me your ID. That's kind of how it is. Driving, you're going to need it. Transportation. You're going to drive a car. You're going to be buying alcohol. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, what's so cool about it though? To this day, when I go and buy when I go and buy a bottle of wine some places and I still get carded, man. They say, hey, show me your ID. It's like, damn, that's pretty cool, man. I'm actually, I get excited when they ask me for my ID. I don't understand why these people get all pissed off. No, please get excited. Here you go. Ride in certain trains. You're gonna need an ID if you want to ride something. I have ridden a train before, and yes, I have. Remember now that I did show my ID as well. Now, working, if you want to work legally, let's just say how it is, you're gonna have to show ID. That is how it is. Now, if you're gonna work illegally, obviously ID is not required. That's just how it is, right? They're not gonna ask you for ID. For employment, the I-9 form, you're going to need an ID. And that's happened to me. I've shown my employer a lot of that in the past, and driver says, no problem. Police interaction. A lot of the times, they're going to ask you, hey, you know what? You're getting a little bit of trouble here. You're maybe you're not even in trouble. You just talk to the police officer and say, I need to see who you are. Show me your ID. That could be debatable a lot of the times. Sometimes I don't think there's reasons why they need to ask you for ID. But let's just not argue with these people and just show them your ID and just say, okay, here it is, right? Health and medical. Hey, if you're sick for whatever reason, you have a card, insurance card. Well, guess what? They're gonna ask you for ID because they're gonna match whatever's on the card to your ID. That's just how it is, right? You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. Look, IDs are required pretty much in not if you want to go to a club, although, clubs, I haven't been in a club in years and years and years. No. I was younger back then. The partying situation, that went crazy for me. I was all over the place. But you get older, you get wiser, and you just say, you know what? It's time to cut this crap off, right? And so things change, your life, you get married, you have kids, and you leave that to the youngsters. And so that's kind of how that one is. But you still have to show your ID though, And a lot of times I remember back in the days where, you want to be 21 and all of a sudden you say, you know what, I'm going to get a fake ID. That's another one. I don't recommend fake IDs, but hey, you still got to show your ID even though if it's fake. But hey, that's how it is. But the Democrats in this situation, they don't want voter ID because it's racist. That is correct. According to them, if you're asked for ID, if you're from the minority people, like I am, they claim that, by them asking me for my ID, it's a racist thing, which is total nonsense. To me, like I said, you're going to vote. I just give you some examples. You're going to vote. You're going to have to show your ID. It's just simple. There's nothing wrong with that. It should be, I'm really surprised that a lot of the states are not doing that. Great state of Texas, thank God that they do. I just voted just recently, and I had to show my ID. But no, dude. I'm really, really, really having a hard time with this situation. And the Democrats, of course, the Democrats. And it's all, and really, the reality is because they want to cheat. Let's just say how it is, man. They want to cheat. I don't see anything wrong with showing your ID, saying who you are, and voting if you're going to vote, and that's clean. That's it. The thing is done. You show your ID, boom, you vote. That's it. You're done. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't understand why they make it so damn difficult. And you're right. Maybe the whole thing is just to cheat. And it's all about, hey, the illegals, they want the illegals to vote. I'm thinking that's the way it is. We got, I don't know, last time around, I think they say, 10 million or something rather got in. I don't believe that a lot of this, most of those 10 million already left. No, I think very few have left. Very few got caught. Very few got caught and deported. But we're still, there's a shitload of them here still. And they're not going to go, they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to stay here and have kids because we love to have kids. I'm from the Hispanic minority, as you can see. Look, my skin. and I think it's the jalapenos that we eat because we have kids like, we're like rabbits. we do. We love to have kids, man. And something I understand. It's it's a Catholic thing. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. I suppose, but I'm not Catholic. But yeah, I think that's probably the case. But man, I mean, just about every person that I know from my ethnicity, and I you ask them, hey, how many brothers in your family? They're going to tell you, well, there's about 7, 8. And then you ask the white folks out there, so hey, how many in your family? Well, 2, 3. It's like, damn, that must have been a very boring Christmas for these people when they're younger, right? But inexpensive at the same time. It's less. Although I remembering being young and with the family, the Hispanic families and whatnot, being raised with all my family and stuff. I don't remember I don't remember. Well, I do remember a lot of partying. There were a lot. That's one thing, man. When you go to a Hispanic Christmas, man, they turn that Christmas into a party. It is a party. They're gonna bring tamales. They're gonna bring, I don't know. They're gonna have pozole, Mexican stuff. They're gonna have, all kinds of. I mean, the food is pretty good, I must say. The white food, it's just like, I don't know, man. Like some of that dry turkey sometimes it's a little plain, but the Hispanic food, man, it's good. And it's a lot of fun, but there's like millions of them. When you go to a family gathering, you got like, it's like, 40 different people there and the thing about it, dude, it grows like almost like every couple of years. It grows like all of a sudden in the beginning, the first couple of years that you get into the family, some of them you see them there is like, they have a couple of kids. All of a sudden, boom, the next Christmas, another kid came around, another kid came around from another one, and another kid. Dude, all of a sudden, by the time you end up, 20 years later, it's like, that, I don't know, that 15 or 10 people that you see there in that little Christmas party or Christmas gathering at the family, and all of a sudden it's like 50. No, that's what I'm telling you. We love to have kids. So a lot of these people, man, they're having all kinds of shitload of kids. These kids are not gonna, basically, they're staying here. They're born here. That's it, man. They ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. And as a matter of fact, some of them came in and they actually came in and they were already pregnant when they came in. So all of a sudden, boom, you have a kid over here, American citizen. Guess what? The mom is not going to go anywhere. She's not going to go anywhere. Right? Yeah, I know. Man, I get, it's one thing, man. I love doing this, and I haven't been doing this in a little while, like I said, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun doing this, and it's cool to see you pretty excited too, by the way, and you're having your nice glass of wine over there. No, it's good, man. Hey, I'm having my water. It's sparkling water. No wine for me today. I wanted to be able to concentrate on doing this and pretty much get my audience interested on all of this, and that's kind of how it is for me. But exciting, right? But you see, guys, but that's what's going on with this voter ID type of crap, the Save America Act. These Democrats, these Dems always, they want lawlessness. That's just how it is. And we have to learn and accept it. All we got to do is just keep fighting, because, we can't stay still with these people, man. They're always thinking of something. They're always thinking ahead of us. So we're always got to be awake and got to be on it 100%. And don't let that, just don't take a little nap, because, all of a sudden these guys, I think a lot of the times, I think these guys don't sleep at all, man. I'm serious. I don't believe that these people, I don't think they take naps. I think that these people probably sleep when they sleep with one eye closed and the other one's kind of open, kind of like the dogs. Yeah, I see my dog all of a sudden his eyes are just barely even get up. Boom, eyes open up. But it's horrible. It's crazy what's going on, and I hope that I hope this thing passes. I think it's already gone through. As of right now, I believe it's already gone through the Congress. I think it already passed the Congress, but it's going to have to hit the Senate, and they having a hard time, I think, in the Senate. I don't believe they have enough votes, and I don't know why. Why not? There's a lot of them. There's a lot of Republicans out there. There's still a lot of bunch of pansies out there as well, that just don't want to do the right thing. and that's kind of how it is. But yeah, I think I went on for a little too long. Anyways, we're pretty much done, guys. We are pretty much done on this one, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And we're going to, I got more videos for you guys. Please follow me down there, and give me some thumbs up. Leave your comments. For those of you guys who are listening to my, to iHeart Radio or Spotify as well, leave your comments. Give me some thumbs up in there as well. Really appreciate you guys. I know that I've been listening. I got a lot of listeners on Spotify and iHeart from all over the world. It's looking pretty good out there. Sometimes I see it from people. Actually, I've seen people in Japan that are listening to my audio podcast, and Europe, England. I got people from England that are listening as well. And if you guys get a chance and listen to my audio podcast, go to my videos as well. I'm actually on YouTube. I'm on Odyssey, and I'm on Ramble. So yeah, keep following me, guys. And that's pretty much it. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. We'll be talking to you soon. And I got more videos coming up. Bye-bye, guys.